Alright, this video is going to be about the intersection of science and religion and queer rights, so like, if that's not your thing, feel free to keep scrolling. But I've seen a lot of people recently, even on this app, use Christian beliefs to justify their anti-trans rhetoric. And this pisses me off. I am not currently Christian, but I was raised Catholic. The reason why I'm not Catholic anymore is, well, I did a TikTok on it. My church was kind of abusive. You can look that up another time. Anyway, even as a young kid, I had a scientific mindset. If I was going to believe something, I needed to see the evidence. I needed to see the research. I didn't even have to see it for myself. I just needed to see the document that was telling me these things. So when people in my church said anti-gay and anti-trans shit, I looked it up in the Bible. That's the primary resource, right? And you know what really fucked with me at the time? The Bible doesn't say shit about trans people. It arguably doesn't say shit about gay people. Anything that's anti-trans, anti-queer, anti-gay has to be read into the Bible. It has to be interpreted. So much in the Bible is about radical acceptance, radical kindness. And the small pieces that people are trying to use to justify their anti-queer beliefs are not about queerness and are being bent to make people feel better. Like, you know what's talked about more in the Bible than being trans? Banks. It talks about how evil banks are a lot, and we're still out here using banks. Jesus had a real hate boner for rich people. And so when people use Christian values to justify hate, I hate it even though I'm not Christian, because those aren't Christian values. Those are their values that they're reading into Christianity. They are choosing to read the passages that they do as reinforcing and allowing the hate they already have. It's not even hard to figure out their original context, but that's not how these people are thinking. They're doing it all in reverse. They're not really reading the Bible and then coming to a conclusion. They have a belief already, and they also believe that they're a good person. That makes them come to the conclusion that this book, which is telling them how to be a good person, agrees with them. It's like I've never seen a transphobe say that if it weren't for the Bible, I'd be totally cool with trans people. It's not like it's preventing them from something they really want to do. They always felt that way. And like, there are religious beliefs that people kind of regret. Like, I've heard people say if it weren't for my religion, I'd be eating bacon. Like, it's cowardice. It's a hate that they have, and they're blaming it on God. When really the reality is they find it to be icky, and icky is enough for them to try to erase a whole type of person from the face of the earth. It's bullshit. And I know religious trans people. I even know trans priests. And you know, none of that matters to the people who use this as a justification, because they're living in a fantasy where they're already justified.